Howdy folks, Morgan from DePaul's Hardware, your captain for all your grilling, outdoor power equipment, and home improvement journeys. Today, we're exploring the new Traeger Woodridge Pro Pellet Grill. From unboxing to grilling, I'll show you how to set it up and start enjoying this new backyard beast. Let's get to it. Here it is, our new Traeger Woodridge Pro. Before we get started, it's best to find a nice flat area with plenty of room to spread all the parts out. Trust me, giving yourself a little spare room now will save you a lot of frustration. Before we go too far, make sure to make a note or snap a picture of the model number, serial number for your records and for your warranty. Future you will thank, well, you. Now this box weighs more than 220 pounds, so you're gonna need some help moving this beast. Either a good friend, a family member, or in my case, a wife that doesn't necessarily get upset when you come home with a new grill for dinner research.
Love you.
Alright, without further ado, let's crack this baby open and finally answer the age-old question.
What's in the box?
Nah. That's better. And here it is, all the good stuff inside. Well, one cool note about the box itself and why I try to keep it in decent shape and all together if possible. Before you toss it, take a look at some of the cool details on the inside. It's perfect for kids to color, play around with, make a fort, or whatever they want to do with it. So consider giving it to them as an early present. Now, to make this build go a lot smoother, we're going to go ahead and take all the pieces out of the box, lay them down nice and neat. They recommend if you have an area about 12 feet by 12 feet, that's a perfect size to get everything laid out and organized. What's one thing that's pretty cool about what Traeger does is they give you the bottom half of this box where you can organize all the pieces and start lining them up by their animal icon. So it's a pretty cool way to keep organized as you're building. Alright guys, we have all our parts laid out for our Woodridge Pro Pellet Grill. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the assembly. One thing I do like is the way that Traeger ships you all the parts, all nice and organized in these two little packers. And on the back, it's got all your letters to make it really easy to find what you're looking for. It even comes with its own screwdriver. Everything you need to build the grill. We're going to start by putting the hopper safety grate. It's just 2 screws, lines right up, real easy. Alright, once you get your 2 screws put in there, go ahead and flip over the hopper. We're going to go and assemble the side panel on here. Take your side panel here, line it up. It should just kind of clip right in. I'm going to take 9 B screws, finger tighten them first, make sure you got everything lined up. And then you go ahead and tighten them down. Alright, now we're going to attach the hopper to the body. We're going to use 4 mending braces and 8 B screws. And of course, if you have a second person, Sometimes that can speed things up. If not, just gotta kind of line up the holes with the pins and tighten them up. Since we have the grill already in this upside down position, we're going to go ahead and install the auger box. There was a twist tie here, disconnected and took that off. Going to connect the actual cable with the other side and kind of tuck it in so it doesn't get pinched. Then we're going to install it with 4 letter A screws. Now it's time for the 4 legs. It doesn't matter which position you put them in, they're all universal. It's got to get them to line up. You can kind of pinch them in a little bit if you need to get the holes to line up. You're going to take 16 letter A screws to get everything attached to the grill. Alright, we're already up to the second part of this build. The book calls it Chapter 2. It's the bottom shelf. It takes 4 letter B screws. We're just going to put the left, right, and center panels together, line them up, tighten them down. Alright, next we're going to put on these 2 Traeger nameplate mending braces. One thing to keep in mind, you want to make sure that the lettering is facing the right way. Right now our bottom shelf's upside down. I'm going to install it with the name upside down. And we're going to use 8 letter B screws to attach both sides. Alright, we're up to a part where it's actually helpful to have a second person, but if you don't, that's okay. We're going to be putting the bottom shelf onto the grill. On each of the 4 legs, there's a slot. On each of the 4 corners is a corresponding blade. We're just going to go ahead, pick it up, lay it right in there. You'll hear it kind of click in and get ready for the feet assembly pieces. Alright, now that we got the bottom shelf in place, we're going to take the 4 wheel hooves, these plastic pieces here. 2 are for the side that does not have the hopper on it, and 2 that will take the actual shaft that goes through for the bigger wheels will land on the hopper side. So as long as you remember which one goes on which side, they fit pretty much right in place, and you're going to take 4 letter A screws to tighten them in. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and install the wheels and the swivel casters. The wheels go on the hopper side with the shaft here, 2 large wheels secured in with these round cotter pins. And on the folding shelf side, you'll have 2 swivel wheels that basically just go ahead and push right in. Now the best stage to actually have a second set of hands is right now, the flipping of the grill. But if you're by yourself, no worries. We're just going to use some simple physics to lower it down to the ground and then flip it up with a simple middle leverage point. Alright, chapter 3 already. We're going to be working on our folding shelf, installing our PAL rails. You're going to need 14 of the letter B screws. Going to have to find your folding shelf with some of the PAL rails, which allows you to place your tools anywhere you want. And you're going to have to find this other shelf component with its corresponding PAL rail, and the larger component with more hooks on it and its bigger PAL system. Alright, now we're going to install the two PAL trim pieces. The long one goes on the front of the grill here. Short one goes on the hopper side. Quick little note, they both mount some under the rim here and line up with the holes that you're going to use 6 letter B screws to hold into place. Alright, now that you have both of the PAL systems mounted, you're actually going to take 4 more letter B screws and connect the system right on the bottom of each to the main body here and the main part of the hopper here. Alright, let's get ready to mount the folding shelf. You're going to need these 2 brackets here. One kind of looks like a letter L and one's more of a straight piece. The letter L goes on the PAL side, the straight piece goes on the back side here. You're going to need the 5 screws to tighten it up, 2 on the face, 1 on the inside over here, and 2 on the outside over here. Now for the folding shelf itself, it's going to fit into these 2 grooves right here. You need the 4 letter I screws, which has a bit of a shoulder on it. That way, it's not going to put too much pressure, it's not going to pinch it. It'll allow that shelf to fold up and down nice and smooth. Now for the backsplash, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need the backsplash itself. You're going to need the left side panel, which you'll actually notice has a little L that lines up with the backsplash L, and the right side one as well. Same thing, has an R on this side to line up with the R on the backsplash, and has the wire that you have to be a little careful not to pinch when you put it together. It only fits one way, so as long as your right and left arrows are matching up with the right and left backsplash arrows, you're good to go. It just clicks right in place. To mount the backsplash, you're going to need 4 letter B screws. You're going to need to take the wire here, slide through the larger hole. You're going to send it down this little chase on the other side, and it's going to go out the square hole that's in the front of the system. Just want to make sure that when you mount the actual backsplash that you don't pinch the wire. Just rest right on top. The 4 screws actually go on the inside here, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. After the backsplash is mounted, now you can mount your rear hook unit. So you want to make sure that the hooks are facing up, and it just takes 2 letter B screws. Attaching the controller is very simple. It's 3 wires, color-coded, and the sizes only line up one way. Once you connect all the wires to the corresponding controller wire, It's just 4 letter B screws, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. You just want to route the lines on the inside of the controller so that they don't get pinched and stay safe. This little decorative trim piece here goes right on top and protects the wire that you sent down the chase earlier. It just slides right in and attaches in the back with 1 letter B screw. On to the 4th and final chapter. We're going to start by installing the hopper lid. It's got some information on the inside. Takes 4 letter B screws, just connects right to the back here. Then we're going to be doing the rest of the internal grill pieces. Alright, on to the chute, shield, and baffle. These are going to go on the inside of the grill. They are stainless, they are coated in oil. They come that way from the factory. It'll burn off. This guy here, the chute for the clean off, just clips right into the side. Aims right down the clean out chute. The shield that sits right on top. Again, there's a little blade that fits in the corresponding slot. And then the baffle sits on the back side. There's a blade here, lines up with the slot on the inside. The drip tray as well comes pretty heavily coated in oil. Again, it'll burn off, but very simple to install. It's got 2 slots that's on the face of it, and it just corresponds to 2 blades up near the hopper. Leans right down, fits right in place. The lid handle is another one that's a little easier with 2 people, but you can still do it with just 1 person. Take out the screws and the spacer that it comes with. You're going to use the spacer on the outside of the lid, screw on the inside. And if I'm doing it by myself, I tend to do just 1 at a time. The lid is a little heavy for 1 person, but it's not too bad. I usually like to grab 1 hand on the front handle, 1 on this back tab, line it up in the middle, let it slip right over. Once you get it on, you're going to need 2 clevis pins, 2 washers, and 2 cotter pins to put it in place. And I usually like to take 1 side at a time, so I'll line up the hole, put in the clevis pin, move around to the other side and do the same thing. That way I can safely open up the lid, put on the washer first, and then the cotter pin. Same thing on the other side. Now we get to install the 3 grates. Usually put the widest one on the folding shelf side, the narrower one towards the hopper, and the large one goes on top. That's your second rack. And for those of you playing along at home, this is the last part of the install. This is the grease and ash keg. Just goes right along the bottom. There's a little track it slides right into. You'll hear it click right in place. It makes it real easy to clean when you're done cooking. And until you're ready, you just take your cable and your probe. You can store it right under the lid. And just like that, it's time to get grilling. Thanks for tuning in, and welcome to the DePault's Hardware family. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you'll never miss an update. Got a project or a topic you want us to cover? Drop it in the comments below. We're always listening. And hey, for the subscribers, this is an extra perk. We're drawing 3 lucky names for some awesome prizes by the end of the month, so make sure you're in the running. And if you're local and you want to come check us out at the store, the address is in the description below. Or if you want to visit us online, stop at the website at any time. This is your hardware captain signing out, and just reminding you, anything worth doing, it's worth doing right. See you next time.